Hi, everybody. Welcome to Triangle BNI. My name is Mike Manning. Each week, from on Capital to the Coast BNI, we bring you a local small business success story. If you are not familiar with BNI, it is Business Networking International, the world's largest networking organization. And between the Capital chapters and the Coast chapters, 41 groups of people meet every week. And our goal is to help each other grow our business. And our local small business success story is a very special guest today. You know him as the leader and guru of technology in the Triangle. We know him as Amnon Nissan. He owns and runs Nissan Communications and Delta Force. Amnon's been a previous member in BNI. We know we're going to get him back, and he helps every week with the show. So he's very familiar with starting a business and being a BNI. So Amnon, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mike. How are
We
you?
Good. We're glad to have you here today. All right. So one of the neat things, I think I've told this story before, but Amnon was everything I needed to start something I wanted to start, which was this show. I had this idea for a year before I even did anything with it. Some of you may struggle with me, like me, on time things and starting things and getting things done. Went to Jim Bowdish, friend of ours, friend of the show, with Edward Jones Investments, and I was telling Jim about it, and Jim goes, "Go talk to Amnon." And I said, "Who's Amnon?" And he said, "Shut up, go call Amnon. Here's his number." So I called Amnon, and I literally walk into his studio every week and sit down. And you don't ever get to see what he does, but he's got all these buttons, got some cool stuff, built a studio here. And that has allowed me to start something I wanted to do for a long, long time, was interview people. I'm very curious. So I like having new people on the show and hear about their lives because I know what mine is like. So every week I come in here, and I think this is episode number 244. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to come in here every week and just sit down while you do all the hard work.
Pleasure is all mine.
So, folks, here's your first homework assignment. What do you want? What have you been thinking about starting, but you haven't started yet? And we're going to give you 2 weeks. We're going to check back in with you on 2 weeks, see if you've done that. Amnon has owned Nissan Communications and Delta Force since 1983, or at least you started
Uh,
Nissan in 83, according to a
yeah,
website I was
yeah.
on. So, if you are technology related, you're going to love some of these words. I have no idea what half of them are,
Uh-oh.
but reading back on when you get started, some words like BBS and file transfers and something called Echo Mail. All right. So, literally, what happened the day before you started Nissan Communications? Was this a big plan one day to do this, or did it just show up on
No,
you?
this came out of I always, since I was a kid, I was fooling around with electronics and things like that. So back in eight, no, and I started Nissan later than 83.
Okay.
In 83, Kathy, my wife, got me a home computer, a TI 9940.
I believe
And
that's what Texas Instruments,
yeah,
TI. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun to play with it. I was a mechanic.
Mm.
I had a shop, so I managed to take a program that was not made for it and make it run for the business
Yeah,
as expenses and all that, um,
for the shop.
for the shop.
Okay.
And played games and stuff. And sooner or later, you get kind of bored with it. I said, okay, now what?
Okay.
And then came thing called that I became aware of, BBS, Bulletin Board
No
System.
idea what that is.
Before the internet came about,
Mhm.
people were still communicating online.
Okay.
Way before, I mean, in the 70s, in the 60s, it was universities were using the network. It wasn't called the internet.
Yeah. It was
It was DARPANET, ARPANET. And but then somebody wrote software that you run on your own computer at home, and people can dial in when they have you have to have a phone line on it, and
Ah,
people dial in with a modem.
I remember those. Yes.
Now, do you know what speed you have today at home when you're connecting to the internet?
No idea. I know where to find it, but I have no idea off the top of
Yeah,
my
you
head.
probably have about 500
Okay.
megabits. Back then, when we started, it was 300 baud. Never mind. I mean, they're
300 baud.
talking about click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click, click, click for the character. But
Like
it
Morse
was
code,
fun.
yeah.
It was something that brought people together.
Mhm.
Um, then you heard that people can download files on the on back then there was already an internet, so to speak, that
Mm.
people will do to get files with news and I'm trying to remember the name of that program that will go and fetch. Anyway, and there was nothing for downloading on the TI. There was no program,
Okay.
nothing, no support. Uh, one of our members of the TI 99 or a users group back then, users groups were big. Every computer had a users group.
Okay.
One of our
Locally or nationally? Like you had a group.
it's all locally,
Okay.
and you would meet. At,
Man, bunch of tech people in one
I
room.
mean,
How
yeah,
much fun was that,
it
Amnon?
was a lot of fun.
I bet it
A lot of
was.
fun.
Because even back then, things were changing, not quickly, but enough. New things were coming
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
right?
Oh, back then, I mean, just to give you a taste, people would come because they got a computer, and the question was, "How do I connect my printer?"
Oh, geez.
Today
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
but there were things like that, and back then you would save things not on a disk, not even on a 5 1/4 disc, not on an 8-inch disc. It was on a cassette player.
Wow.
That's what's the interface. So,
Okay.
yeah, but that will
So,
a lot of people don't understand
no.
this.
So you were hooking up computers to the old dot matrix printers back then?
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
if you remember, folks, it was about a sheet of paper about this wide, and it's got the holes on the end. It
Yep.
just got to spool through. It just
Yeah, but I mean, people didn't know that you're supposed to go and get a cable
Mhm.
at the store, and you could get a cable. There were some computer stores that had them, and you connect the
Yeah.
printer to the. So one of our users, Randy Jones, uh, we were good friends, and we talked, and Randy knew how to program in assembly language, which was the
Okay.
real.
Right.
And Randy wrote a program to download that will allow you to place files on the bulletin board. And again, the bulletin board, it's a computer
Yeah.
with storage and a phone line. That's all it is. And the software
Okay.
that allows you to go from one place to another. He wrote it and we tested it. And after about 2, 3 weeks, it was working. So the author of the TI-994A bulletin board heard about it and he said, "Can I add it?"
Wow.
And he added it. Well,
Did
back then
did they pay
it wasn't a
Randy?
wow. No, it was all everything was voluntary
Okay.
stuff. So that's what started it. Now, yeah, and then I added 2 5 1/4 uh, floppy disks to the
I've seen
to the
those.
machine, and
Yep.
that held quite
Oh, yeah.
quite a
Mhm.
few programs. And then we added a 10 megabyte hard drive.
That was big back then.
And then we went to 20, and then we went to 30 RLL. And I mean, things just progressed, but it got to the point where, okay, this is stop. So then I got into the PC.
Okay.
Being in the PC and being that I had a business, I built my PC. And a lot of people say, well, how do you do that? And I realized, hey, this is an opportunity. So
Mhm.
I started building computers for other people.
Night times and weekends? Or during the day? Did you still
Anytime.
have the
I mean,
shop?
my shop was right here in the backyard.
Okay. All right.
I was here. Whenever I wasn't busy, I would do that. Now, it
Okay.
wasn't like I had hundreds of computers to build because
Yeah.
the only people that saw the potential
Mm.
wanted one.
Yeah.
And back then, they were very, very expensive to buy
Mm.
at the store. So did that and sold some parts to people that figured out they can do it themselves because it's not rocket science.
Okay.
And by 87, I realized, I don't have to get dirty in in the shop. And I completely stopped doing the mechanic
And it was just
work.
you.
It
The
was
shop was
just
just you.
well, it was me and there was somebody else and they left. And I mean, it was
Okay.
back and forth.
Yep.
But that wasn't the point. The point is I like doing
Mhm.
computers. So that's it. And at that point I was already running a PC based bulletin board that became part of FidoNet. FidoNet was a worldwide network,
FidoNet.
FidoNet.
All right,
And you
folks.
can
I
find information
I
on
hope you're writing these names down too, because I am. I'm gonna look them up when I get home just to see what I missed.
the old timers know about that. Um,
FidoNet.
FidoNet. And
Okay.
FidoNet, what you would do is people could log in and leave messages to anybody anywhere in the world. And I remember back then the biggest push was when there was the Gulf War,
Mm.
and we were sending emails, messages from anybody to the soldiers.
Okay.
And the way that it would work is you put the message in and you save it, and it sits there. At night, a process will
Ah.
come on and will incorporate them, like zip them, arc
Yeah.
them, whatever, into one file and send it to your upstream hub. That upstream hub will take them and send it
Wow.
to their up until it gets to the national,
Yeah.
and then the national send it you at the same time when you send it there, you already received stuff
Gotcha.
from there.
Yeah.
So it would take a good part of the night to get those messages all over the world.
That
That
was not the first email, was it?
no, no.
Okay.
This was FidoNet mail.
Gotcha. Okay. Gee So there
And
would be just a dump overnight at
it,
one source. They could get like 1,000 of these, right?
yeah, but no, it never got to that numbers.
Okay. All right.
Not in the beginning. Not until EchoMail came,
Okay.
which you mentioned.
Okay.
EchoMail was you put a message and it goes to everybody.
Oh, gee.
So you
Felt like
take it.
hitting reply all to an email.
Well, when you reply, it goes to everybody that gets those
Oh,
groups, and
no.
it follows the same dissemination
Okay.
uh, scheme. The expensive part of this was phone line,
Oh, yes.
and
It
at
is.
one
Yeah.
point, I became the southeastern region EcoMail coordinator. So I was the top of our region, the southeast, and everybody from the southeast will send it here because I had not one computer but a couple of them running.
Was this a paid job?
No, 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 no.
So everybody's
This is all a hobby.
so this is everybody helping everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So there were different services that would allow you to do long distance, like uh, Telenet,
Heard of
and
that.
there was CompuServe that people would
Mhm.
use and do that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of different hodgepodge of ways to do it because long distance back then is not what it is today. I mean, you would pay by the minute,
Oh,
big
I
time.
I remember when we would make phone calls and cell phones, and now, like, my area code is 386 from Daytona
Yeah,
Beach from
it's still
25, 26 years ago. No charge
no
now.
charges.
But back then, it's like, all right, well, that's why we always called on Sundays because the rate
Right, there
after
was
what, like after 10 a.m. or
so,
10 p.m. on a weeknight
weekends
and
and
yes, yeah,
family,
something like
something
that.
like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, there was
we
but
were
it
like,
still cost.
oh, I know, but that's when my parents would call their parents who didn't live
Yep,
near us is like, so everybody called everybody
yep.
on Sundays.
And I got to the point where I had 8 phone lines here at home. But phone lines were not that expensive. It was like 20 some dollars a line. And the business supported it. I mean, it's not like we took it out of our bank account. This was a write-off. It was the
So
business
you were making money by then
from
doing
computers.
right from computers.
Yeah, not from the bulletin board.
Right, but from computers, just still building them, and you started to build.
Building, repairing,
Okay,
and things like
all
that.
right,
Yeah, I mean, we're talking a few years.
yeah, okay.
But it was still taking money. Then we discovered, and I still have it outside,
I bet you do.
that there was a company in Tennessee that set up a satellite feed,
Ooh,
and you would send it on the phone,
mhm,
but you will receive everything of Echo Mail through the satellite, because sending, you didn't have that much. Receiving, it was a barrage, and
okay,
it would take forever
yeah,
and ever and ever. And it worked. It was faster than the phone, and it still works. Now, at that point, we got to be at 33.6 baud,
okay,
not 300. I mean, it was a lot faster,
okay.
megabit. Um, it was going great. It was good. By then, it was like probably 91,
Okay.
92, and then the internet came about, the World Wide Web.
Yep.
Wow!
All right.
So it
So,
was a
all right.
natural.
So let's stop right there. We'll come back to the internet.
Yeah.
So I want to know when you started to build slash fix computers. Who was your first client? A friend
It
or one of
was
your first ones?
no, well, it was a friend. It was people from the users group.
Okay. All right.
That's how it started.
Okay.
A lot of it's remember users group. It's not we know everything group.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't know much, and they needed to add this, or
Okay.
something got blown. I mean, back then, lightning strikes
Oh,
3, 4
yeah.
times a year. My computer was get
Ruined
burn out.
everything. Yep. Yep.
And insurance always paid. It's not like today, and they would not drop you. And I always told them exactly what it would cost me to replace it, not
Mhm.
what it would cost.
Yeah.
So they played nice, but yeah, it started like this until '93.
All right.
At '93, in '93, the local radio station
Mhm.
WKIX approached me and sent a salesman and said, "You want to advertise?" And I said, "I don't advertise."
Yeah.
I said, "But there's one thing that's needed in our area that you don't have." What? That you need to have a computer-based, computer themed talk show that people will be able to call and ask questions and stuff like that. I said,
Because
"You
they
would."
had the gardening show in the morning, didn't they? That was
So,
gold on
well,
Saturday
it
mornings.
was that. It was the Legal
Yes.
Eagle. It
Yeah.
was there
You get
were
the gardener, the lawyer, the
yeah,
insurance
yep,
guy, and the financial advisor.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So he said, "I'll tell my manager." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Uh, About 3 or 4 months later, Brian called. I think it was Brian already, or it may not be Brian, but WKIX,
Mm.
which at that time, no, it was still Kicks. Called and said, "I was told that you want to do this, the blah blah blah, and do you want to do it on Saturday from 10 to 10:30?" I said, "I'll do it."
Yeah.
And what the agreement was, I will help them with computers, and I'll do the show. They wouldn't charge me. I will not charge them,
Hmm. Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah. Because and folks need to know that most of those shows are a time buy.
Oh
If
yeah.
you want your own show on WKIX at that time, you had to pay them for the
Oh
hour.
yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So that worked out well for both of you.
That worked for both of us. Um from half an hour, they saw, I mean, it was half an hour is nothing when you think
No.
about commercials and
Yeah.
stuff. So they realized it. I didn't even bring it up. And manager came and said, "I don't know, how about you go from 10 to 11?"
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So how many calls did you get that first couple shows?
It was all calls,
A bunch of 'em.
a
Okay.
bunch of them. I
So
mean,
they
I
did a
did
good
not
job promoting it, right?
at that
Yeah.
point, I didn't know to prepare for a show, to what am I going to talk about and things. It was just the phone calls.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the point of the show. Answer
Yeah,
my question.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Well, that had to have been fun.
it was a lot of fun.
Oh,
It
I
was
bet.
scary in the beginning. I've never done it, but
Mhm.
I did a lot of so to speak, public
Mm.
speaking, because I was president of users group and I would stand in front of
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
and talk, and so that wasn't a problem. But here now you're on the radio,
No pressure there, huh?
and yeah,
Now, did most of the questions you could answer?
oh yeah. I
Okay.
mean, and
Basic,
yeah,
most
they
of
were
them?
all basic.
Okay.
I don't ever remember something that I got. I'm there must have
Oh,
been
they're
today. I
probably
can't
yeah.
think,
Yeah.
and
Well, that's cool
the
then to go to an hour. Very nice. That
yeah,
didn't take long, huh?
no,
Oh, good. Okay.
we went to an hour and for a few months, and then the radio station moved. They moved from over here on 54, was right at the top of 54 on the right, there was
Okay.
the building,
All right.
to Six Forks.
Yes. Yep.
And somehow I was told, Amnon, would you like to do it from 8 till 10?
Oh.
And okay, and I did have guests that
Mm.
would come in, and one of them was Spence, who's today one of my co-hosts on the show, which is
Okay.
still
Yep.
going. We're doing. And I asked Spence if that would be okay, and he said, "Yeah, it's fine." And it was Larry Dial, and I asked Larry also, and I said, Larry, would that be?" "Yeah."
Oh, yeah.
So now we're there every Sunday morning
Okay.
at
8 to
8
10.
o'clock, 8 to 10.
All right. Still a bunch of callers.
Still a bunch of callers, but we had a lot to talk about. 'Cause now
Oh, yeah.
three
Oh,
people are sitting
yeah.
and talking, and
Would they let you advertise your computer business?
they did that. The
Excellent.
company did that. I mean, the radio station did it on their own.
Did that start your phone ringing?
It started my phone
Did
ringing.
that to the point where if it's a hassle, I'm just one person or
It's
just
no,
enough?
no, it was just enough
Okay.
because a lot of these people are just help. It was no charge. I mean, they would call and ask a
Oh,
question.
okay.
"Oh yeah, this you do this, do this."
Okay. Gotcha.
It would still bring money. I mean, there was money coming in,
Okay.
but it wasn't like I wasn't overwhelmed.
Good. Okay. All right. So now you got 2 co-hosts.
So now I have two co-hosts, and we're talking, and it's a lot of fun, and a lot of guests, and a lot of sponsors, big time sponsors.
Oh, it's a whole new world for that those type of
Yeah,
sponsors. They don't wanna be on
right.
the gardening
And
show.
the radio station. I told them, I said, You make the money. I mean, this is
Yeah.
not. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I feel good that they're doing it,
Mm.
and I saw our ratings going up. And you'd get a book,
Oh,
and it would
yeah, man.
show, and that kept on going for until 2008, 1998.
Okay. Fair.
It was a long time, and we were like family, like employees of the station.
Yeah.
We would go to all the activities, and we got Christmas presents from the
They made
owner,
a
and
local rock star out of you,
it
didn't they?
was unbelievable.
And
Uh,
still, though, no pay, you're trading
no,
services?
no, we're trading services
Okay.
now. At that point, I learned they moved again to another building,
Oh, okay.
and every time I would, it was a long thing, and I learned about how they're building the studios. And at one point, I don't remember when it was, they said, "Amnon, we don't have a engineer for you." The engineer was somebody who would sit on the
Mhm.
other side of the glass and
Yeah.
just operate the
Mhm.
control panel.
Much like you do right here.
That's like I'm doing here. And Brian said, "You're gonna need to learn how to do it." Okay.
Yeah.
So they showed me a couple of weeks how to do this. How I will go there during the week and run some shows, and I got to know how to do it. So that was fun too,
Yeah.
because you learn how to do these things,
So you're making them more money every week, and they
and it
cut out an engineer
and
for
it's
you.
fine, and it's fine because they did something to get me started that
Yes.
no other
Oh, I
station would
agree.
have done.
Yep.
The thing fell apart when Curtis bought it,
Yeah.
and we would go
Conglomerates.
there in the morning, and transmitter is down,
Oh,
everything is off, and I would call John Hardy, and he would kind of tell me. I mean, it's kind of hard to know what's going on, but he told me what to do and what to start and what the. So after a few times, yeah, I get there 10 minutes early. Oh, it's down. Okay, bang, 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 get everything rolling. But then it got to the point where now they want me to spend money on the help, which was, okay, we need Windows. We need 21 copies of Windows. I said,
oh,
oh, I can't do that.
no.
So we and the new owner from Curtis,
Mm,
um, they stopped promoting the show, so we started seeing less and less.
yeah.
And at that point, I decided this is not going to last. I mean, they're going to probably just kick us out. So I built a studio,
Okay.
and we started doing the shows from here, and from the studio, from Kicks.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't Kicks; it was the Buzz at that
Okay.
point, 850 the Buzz. And we will tell people that, if we stop doing it here, here is where we're going to be at
Okay.
computerstucanow.com and blah blah blah. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, it was breaking, and
Yeah.
we're here.
But you knew it was coming,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
get it.
you
Yeah.
felt that it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have I don't think they had the budget, and I was always, but never mind.
Yeah.
These things that a lot of people in the radio know what I'm talking about, and they know what I was going about to say, but never mind. Don't want to get into it. And that's what did it,
Okay.
and that's what brought it to this point.
Very cool. All right. So let me go back to the auto shop.
Okay,
When did that start and
that
why?
started in 19. Well, when I moved here and we got married,
Mhm.
76.
Okay.
Okay, now what am I going to do? I need a job. I bought an Austin Healey Sprite from a friend of mine.
Okay.
It was kind of running,
That's a
but it
car.
was.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's a little sports car, like
Mhm.
an MG. And
Um,
well,
every now and then were those in the early Bond movies? An Austin Healy?
maybe that, but
Yeah.
not the Sprite, the bigger ones, the
Okay, gotcha.
3000.
Right.
And I got it. I brought it home, and there's West German garage here,
Okay.
and I would go there, and he had a junk one out there, and I would buy parts
Mhm.
that I needed and figured out how to put it on. Never did mechanic work,
You're
and
like a
one
musician who plays by ear, don't
kind
you?
of,
I
yeah.
don't can't read notes, but I can look at it
So
and figure it
one
out.
day, John, the owner of
Mhm.
West German Garage, came around and he said, "I see you get a lot of parts. I said, where are you from?" I said, "Israel." He said, "Where you work?" I said, "I don't." He said, "You want a job?" I said,
Mm.
"Sir, I'm not a mechanic." He said, "I'll teach you."
Okay.
Started working there. I mean, he taught me.
Okay, well, that's
He
good.
made me work so hard, but afterwards I understood why.
Mm.
And I was working on commission because that's like everybody else did. There
A
was no
mechanic on
a
commission?
mechanic on commission, 50-50
Oh, so you found so if I'm a friend of yours, you tell me to bring my car there.
over
I
there,
got you. Okay,
and
all
I do
right.
the work. He gets,
Huh.
yeah. And it was pretty good money. I mean, it got to be pretty good money.
Okay.
And we're talking within maybe 6, 7 months that I started working. 77, that's now we're 77.
The oil embargo.
We want to buy a house.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So we go into the bank,
Mm.
and the bank says, you don't have a steady income.
Yeah, as
Okay.
banks will do, yeah.
So said you need to find a steady, regular job.
Mhm.
So I did, and there was a phone company, Teleran,
Mhm.
that did that needed somebody in electronics. I knew,
Okay.
and I started working for them for a lot less money than I was making at the garage,
Yeah.
but it was okay. We got the house,
Yeah, and you quit.
and I quit, and I went back to West German.
I saw that coming, yeah. Thank
It's
you,
and I
boys. I bought my house.
and
I'm out.
it was ridiculous. I'm trying to think, what in the world? What kind of system is
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
But
A
it's
pay
fine.
cut to buy a house
Yeah,
just because it was a regular paycheck.
right. And it doesn't matter that it's only for a few months.
I
It
know,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Don't you have a good?
And this is the house, right?
And this is the house.
Okay, that's too funny.
And then there were some political problems in the garage with the workers, and John got a partner and stuff, and I started working here. The garage was out there all the
Okay.
time, and I said, okay, I'm going to use it. And I got some people that knew me that wanted what I
Mhm.
was specializing in British cars.
Okay.
Electrical was my forte,
Yep.
and a lot of people had them back then, and those people had money,
Ah,
so they were bringing their cars over here. And I told John, I said, John, look, and he said, Amnon, you go start your business.
good.
And
That's a good person right there,
oh, he's
right?
great.
Taught
He's
you, and
still, yep,
then when he saw your chance for you to be you, he let you be you.
absolutely. And he
I like that.
understood it because he
Yeah.
started the same way.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And he he gave me the green light. So I started working. I started putting flyers out,
Mm.
just going outside to shopping
What was the
centers.
name of the shop?
It started it started as Amnon's Foreign Clinic. Actually, it was always Amnon's Foreign Clinic.
Okay. Foreign
Yeah,
clinic. I
Amnon's
like
Foreign
that.
Clinic.
I
Amnon's
like
Foreign
that.
Clinic.
That
I
sounds
still have some
expensive.
business cards
No good.
somewhere. Yeah, never mind. Um, and it really was, it was working great. I At one point I was in CB was big back then.
Oh, my dad
A
traveled and he had
CB
one of those.
CB
Yeah.
club.
Yep.
One of the guys was an inspector for the city, well, for the state,
Oh,
and
nice.
I said, I want to have an inspection station. Back then, it wasn't, you didn't need any machines.
Mm. Just looked it over.
And he said, let me come in and see.
Yeah.
So he came and looked. He said, okay, what you need to do is you need, the garage floor was just carpet on top of dirt.
Yes.
And he said, you need to put some plywood underneath so it's flat and leveled so you can adjust headlight, which
Oh,
nobody ever did anyway.
but
But okay.
for state
So
inspections, yeah.
I became an inspection station. Now I get more business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Until 87 when uh, the emission stuff started coming about.
Yeah.
And when I went to class, I was told that if a car comes in and it doesn't pass, you can do repairs up to $50. And if it takes more, they get a rider. They don't need to pass. And I stood up and I said, are we trying to solve
Yeah.
the air problem, or
Nope.
are we trying to make money for us, for the state? I was kicked out.
They didn't like
They
that.
didn't like it at all. But it was fine.
Yes, there's no problem to solve. They just wanted to show that they tried to get it
Yeah,
fixed and it
which didn't
get
make
fixed.
sense
Yeah.
to me.
I know. I know.
So, and at that point, I actually decided that's it. I'm going to close the shop because I kept the shop 2 years just because of the inspection
Mhm.
stations
Alright.
and and then I said, okay, now I have no reason to keep and got into computers.
And back then, no problem running a business out of your house. There's not
No,
an
I mean
issue.
it was legit. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
license,
Yeah. But
I
yeah.
had insurance,
Mhm.
everything. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't
Easier to
like
do then than now, I'm sure.
oh,
Yeah.
big time easier.
All right. So, one of the questions I always ask my married guests, you have a wonderful wife named Kathy.
Yeah,
How did you two meet? And you both tell the story the same way.
I lived in New York when I came to the States.
Yeah. What year was that?
That was 1973,
Okay.
and worked there as a bartender. I mean, again, the owner, taught me how to do that,
Yeah.
and
A bartender and a mechanic.
I was
Nice.
living across the street in a building that a rabbi owned.
Okay.
He owned quite a few buildings, and he gave me a free apartment. So going to the after a while, I mean, I went to. I was supported by my parents at that point.
Mm.
Still, I mean, whenever I need money, I would ask my
How old
parents
were
in
you then?
Israel. It's probably 24,
Oh,
25.
looking for trouble, weren't
Yeah.
you?
So then I got the job there, but it was a neighborhood bar.
Yeah.
It wasn't fancy drinking.
A lot of regulars, right?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
all regulars, and
Yep.
it's a shot and a beer and
Yeah.
a this and that, and uh, I developed resistance to alcohol. I cannot stand the smell of alcohol
Really?
because I've seen people in their worst,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and it's just it was one thing to another. Until
Okay.
today, I can't. I mean, I smell hard liquor. I
Wow.
get kind of
Okay.
so. Friend of mine from Israel, he used to live in Nazareth, and we see each
Mhm.
other. Moved
Pennsylvania, by the way.
moved to what?
Nazareth, Pennsylvania, right?
No, yeah, right. No, Nazareth,
Ah, oh,
Israel,
the Nazareth.
the
Okay.
Nazareth.
Gotcha.
And we're still friends. He
Okay.
lives in Atlanta now, Johannes, and he was working at the cheese shop at Crabtree. And one day I just said, I'm gonna drive down just for the fresh air
Yeah.
to see what Johannes is doing. So I took off on a Friday morning. I had a 1964 Pontiac Tempest. I drove it. I mean, today I wouldn't dare do things like that.
No.
I mean, the car was not in the best shape,
Oh, what were
but
the
it made it.
what did the tires look
The
like?
tires were bold, and I would get one from here and one from there. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Today I wouldn't dare do it. But I got here, and it was great. I mean, people say good
I
morning, they
know. Yeah.
smile.
Yeah.
Wow. So I spent 3 days here, and I went back on on Monday.
Mhm.
And a couple of weeks later, I came down again. And I can't remember which time it was. I was walking in the mall, and I saw Kathy. Oh,
Mhm.
and Johannes was with me, and he knew her
Oh, there we go. Okay.
because
I
of
like
the
that.
mall.
Yep.
So he said, "Let me introduce you." So we started talking, and it's so sort of like we hit it off.
Mhm.
And the rest of the day and a half we spent together going places. I went back to New York, spent a lot of time on the phone with
No, it's
Kathy.
expensive.
Came by again, and we talked, and I said, I'd like to move down here. It's
Mhm.
great. And one thing led to another,
Mhm.
and I'm down here, and we're getting an apartment.
There you go.
And they say, okay, we'll just get married. I
Yeah, why
mean,
not? Yeah.
and
Now, where was she working at the
at
time?
Kinderphoto
In Crabtree.
in Crabtree.
Nice.
It was a store where you took pictures of little kids,
Mhm.
and you would get so many 8x10s and so many this and backgrounds of
Yeah.
holiday du jour,
Yeah.
whatever it was, and it was a good job. I mean, she liked
Okay.
it. She became the manager later on,
Mhm. So
and
where
then
was the first official date?
so I
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Now I
Probably
did.
in one of the restaurants
Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
in uh,
Yeah,
Crabtree,
meals were
but I
$2 back
don't
then, yeah.
remember.
Now I did find, as I was doing my some research this morning, I did find a good picture of you, mustache,
Long
gray
hair.
curly hair, Kathy young and beautiful, sitting next to you. Why,
Yep.
we don't know, but yeah, I
Yeah.
love those pictures.
Yeah. I mean, toward the last 2 years when I was in Israel, I
Mhm.
moved to the old city,
Yeah.
and I'm on my own now.
Yeah.
Hair down,
Oh,
and
oh, I
wearing
need to see one of those pictures.
and yeah, and it was like you, you lived among the natives,
Yes.
and the only now these are all local Muslims and Christians.
Mhm.
You don't date anybody, but there's a lot of tourists.
Okay.
So it was like our apartment with three other guys
Mm,
from Nazareth. A party every night.
nice.
So it was nice. I was working at the Y as a lifeguard, which everything, you just walk everywhere.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's no need. I mean, I never had a car in Israel. So yeah, that's how it was. I mean, we
So,
met at over
yeah,
there,
I
and
like that. So, a lifeguard, a bartender, a mechanic,
mhm.
a computer whiz. That is you, right?
That's, I mean, other people say that. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, it was lifeguard. I was a member at the Y
Yeah.
since I was 9 years
Mhm.
old, and swam, and was in for a couple of years. I was in the swimming team, so it was kind of a
Yeah.
natural thing
Oh,
because
yeah.
I didn't have any other training. I mean, the only training was in the military, and
Mm.
couldn't take that out anywhere.
Yeah.
So this was the perfect situation. It was good pay
Mhm.
and great hours that I could
Mhm.
just about make my own schedule,
Yep.
and
All
it
right.
was fine.
So you started an auto shop and a computer business.
Yeah.
So what is your tip to the folks watching and listening,
You
who
just need to, I mean, you need, if you think, if you have any kind of entrepreneurial uh tendencies,
Mhm.
keep a job. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to start the shop if Kathy wasn't also working at the time.
Got you. Yeah.
It wasn't enough.
Yep.
So make sure that you have an income,
Yes.
but don't put off starting your own thing.
Mhm.
It's not as hard as people say it is, even in today's economy.
Agreed.
There's a lot of things you can do.
Well, and some things today are easier to start because of internet and technology
Oh, yeah,
and everything.
because you
You
can
speed
do,
things up because a lot of these musicians, remember back in the day, musicians had to sign with a record label,
right.
otherwise they'd never get a record out. Now you
Today,
write your own song and you put it on YouTube,
right.
and you could become an overnight sensation with a
Uh,
million
uh,
subscribers. And now all of a sudden they're calling you to sing for them, their label. Yeah.
yep. And if it's not for you, you would know.
Mhm.
And if you fail, fine. Go to something, figure out
Yep.
something else, but don't create a situation where you are failing in life.
Yeah.
And don't set out, I mean, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to be the CEO of this big company. No, that's not going to work.
No, that's not the place to start.
No.
You need to learn the industry and some
Absolutely.
leadership and management
Yeah.
skills, because just because you know how to make computers doesn't mean you can run a computer
And the
company.
knowledge is out there on the
Oh,
internet. You
yeah.
can get information
Oh, my
about
gosh,
how to do.
between
Yeah,
Google and ChatGPT and
absolutely.
all that
All that
stuff out
stuff.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
But keep the income coming in,
Right.
because business ownership is not for the faint of heart.
Nope.
A lot of times you are 100% commission. So you better have some money coming in. Your spouse will appreciate that. And do some study and figure out what you need to do to get going. You don't want to sit there for 6 months. Oh, I haven't had a client yet. Figure out what you need to do. Start with family and friends, all that good
Yep.
stuff, door knocking, all of those things. But yeah, I'm with you.
Join BNI.
Join BNI. Keep your day job, and do this weekends and evenings and when you have time. And
And you can do it.
yep.
And if because the main thing is it's a snowball effect. If you go try for your own business
Mhm.
and you're not making money, now you're stressed.
Oh,
Now
big
you're
time.
stressed. You're not doing it right at your
Mhm.
business, and it's just get worse and
Yep.
worse and worse.
Yep. And then, yeah, it may not have failed because you didn't know what you were doing.
Right.
It was just the wrong order
Yep.
of doing it. So if you want to start repairing computers for people, do that evenings and weekends. Tell everybody you know, hey, I'm starting my own business. This is my goal. I'm here to do this, and get a sense of the cadence for the amount of businesses that is going to come into you. Are you charging properly for the services and products you're providing for? What will you do? What won't you do? Because there's some things on computers you don't have to do everything. If you want to
Right.
be a computer repair person, you don't have to do everything on a computer.
No,
You
you
can say,
don't.
"Hey, like your British cars, that was perfect because
Uh,
that's what you knew."
that's what I knew, but again, I didn't rebuild or repair an engine. I
Yeah,
never took
gotcha.
out. I mean, that wasn't my.
Mm.
And you can't just do it like that and give somebody. No, I would say take it over to West German and
Yeah,
have them. But electrical, tune-up, brakes. That's what I stayed with,
there you go.
and not everything. I wasn't everything for
Mhm.
everybody. So yeah,
Yeah, and as a business owner, do not think that's a great line, Amnon. Do not expect or think you need to be everything to everybody.
no.
You find what you do really good, and you keep doing that, and there will be enough people that find you.
Yep.
So, wonderful having you on the show today, Amnon. Good to see you.
You brought up a lot of memories.
It's why I love this show, man. I love the show because we all got stories, and we love telling and
Yep.
share. Like, oh, I haven't thought about that in years. That's when I know it's going to be a good story when somebody says that. So, but thanks for being on the show today, folks. Please always follow Amnon. He's not only doing his show and my show, but how many other shows are you producing out of here?
About 5 now.
Yeah, 5 other shows. So check them out. Check them out. They're all good stuff. So, anyways, thank you for everything, allowing me to start my dream.
Well, you and that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh,
To start,
a blast.
and
I'm
you
so
did.
glad I did it.
Yep.
Yeah, so glad. And now I'm kicking myself because I waited so long to do it. I should have another year and a half of shows done if I'd have started it when I wanted to, instead of like, well, I don't know. Well, and then finally you asked 2 friends, and the one I needed to ask knew the
Yep.
answer to my question. So, yep. So do that. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. We will see everybody next time on Coastal, on Capital to the Coast BNI.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.